3-1 your final here at FirstOntario Centre. The Hamilton Bulldogs over the San Antonio Rampage. Laura Barney with Derek Wills. We'll start as always, Derek, by getting your thoughts on the game.
I thought the Hamilton Bulldogs played a heck of a hockey game, especially considering the circumstances. A really tough 3-3. Some 3-3s are tougher than others. This was as tough as it gets. They had 3 games in about 2.5 days, and they played the first game in Montreal, Quebec on Friday, lost 4-1 to the Binghamton Senators at Bell Centre. Their second game in Rochester, New York yesterday, lost 3-2 to the Americans. Their third game here in Hamilton, Ontario today, and they beat the San Antonio Rampage by a final score of 3-1, and there were about 14 hours in the bus getting to and from those games as well. So I thought fatigue would be more of a factor for the Hamilton Bulldogs today, but I thought they had a lot of jump from start to finish. They've had a lot of strong starts of late. Not a lot of strong finishes, but I thought they were good for 60 minutes today, made very few mistakes, and picked up 2 very important points.
Something really important to talk about out there, the line change. Captain Martin St. Pierre with 2 goals, Stephan Fournier with an assist on that first goal. It's the first time we've seen that. It was really important tonight. Yeah,
Martin St. Pierre has been playing better of late, but he had came into this game without a goal in 11 games. So he had been struggling to put pucks in his opponent's net. He's been setting guys up, just hasn't been scoring. But who knew it would take Stephan Fournier to get the captain going? Fournier's been a guy who's played on the 4th line. When he's been in the lineup, he's been a healthy scratch from time to time this season as well. But he's a big, strong kid, and he goes in there and he bangs and he crashes. He's really strong on the puck, especially down low, and I think that opened up a little bit of ice for Martin St. Pierre today. So Stephan Fournier, in my opinion, had his best game as a professional hockey player today. And this kid's got some room to grow. Like I said, he's big and strong. He's got a pretty good skill set. He can skate pretty well for a big guy as well. And I think that leaving him with Martin St. Pierre might be the right call here for head coach Stephan Lebeau, who must have had some sort of premonition to put the two together in the first place. But why not joggle the lines a little bit, try to find some chemistry, and I think he did with those 2 guys.
Derek, as you mentioned, the 3rd game in 3 days for the Bulldogs. Why don't you recap the first 2 for us?
Well, the funny thing is the Hamilton Bulldogs snapped 4-game overall and 6-game home losing streaks today. But they could have won all 3 games this weekend. And I know that sounds strange because they lost 4-1 to the Binghamton Senators at Bell Centre in Montreal on Friday. It wasn't a 3-goal game. The Hamilton Bulldogs actually really played well in that game. I say they were the better of the 2 teams for about 35 minutes. Had a 1-0 lead in the second period, and then the Binghamton Senators, who were the highest scoring team in the American Hockey League, scored 2 goals in less than a minute, took a 2-1 lead and never looked back. But a game the Hamilton Bulldogs probably deserved to pick up at least a point in, if not 2. Fast forward to last night in Rochester. Again, I thought they could have picked up a pair of points against the Americans. They were probably the better of the 2 teams by a small margin in yesterday's game, but have just had trouble scoring goals and picking up points as a result. But I think that was really important the Hamilton Bulldogs found a way to win today's game, because they went into the weekend trailing the Milwaukee Admirals, who held the 8th and final playoff spot and still hold that 8th and final playoff spot in the Western Conference, and they were able to take a bite out of that deficit. To the Hamilton Bulldogs were 8 points out, and now they're 6 points out. So considering they only won 1 of 3 games this weekend, to actually be able to gain some ground on the Milwaukee Admirals, important for the hockey team. And when you play well and you keep losing over and over again, I think it really kills your confidence. So playing well Friday and Saturday and losing, and then playing well again on Sunday and winning, I think will give this team something to build on heading into a week of practice and some more big games coming up next weekend.
All right, Derek. Well, thank you very much for your thoughts as always. And now we're going to see what our coaches had to say.
Well, considering the traveling and 3 games in 3 nights, I thought tonight we played a very solid hockey game. It was important to score the first goal against San Antonio, that they play a very defensive type of games. But now I'm pleased with the effort, pleased with the contribution of many players tonight, and obviously the performance of our captain tonight was very good. We were leading 1-0 and we were a little bit in control of the game, but those 2 penalties could have been a turning point if they would have scored. But obviously our penalty killing was very solid, including the keeper that made a few big saves. And after that we managed the game properly, and I thought that in the third at 2-1 we could have perhaps made some better decision with the puck at times. But playing with 3 games in 3 nights, with all the traveling, the fatigue, it was fun to see that we were able to win that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's been traveling's been pretty hectic, and you know, we knew that we had to play our own game, and you know, we made a statement as far as playing full 60 minutes, and it's just a matter of mind over matter kind of thing, and it's more mental than anything. And you know, we juggled the lines around a little bit, and knew that you know, we had to play our system and not focus too much on the other team, and it paid off today. and you know, it's just a matter of keeping our play simple, and it makes it look that much easier, you know, on the ice. But I think we're just backing each other up, from, you know, forwards to the defensemen to the goalies, and we're all simplifying our things, and you know, it paid off.
Well, one thing that we really like in the dressing room is the way we compete. We are a team that compete every night, every shift. And unfortunately, again, Friday against Binghamton and even last night against Rochester, we played some good hockey games. But at the end, the results are not there for us. So we just need to keep focusing, keep working hard on what we're doing, because we are doing a lot of good things. And tonight we came back with a win, and this is what we want, especially in front of our crowd. It's been a while since we had a win in Hamilton, so it's good, and hopefully we're going to build on that.